All right, for all of you PowerPC aficionados, there may be a chance to dust off your computer and surf the internet because we have a new browser. That's right, we got the PowerFox Browser, and this is what's next. Well, it looks like Jazz NY has come up with this new PowerFox browser. Familiar like never before. And they basically say that it is a secure, modern, and open source web browser. And it'll work on PowerPC and Intel Macs running Leopard or Snow Leopard. So it's really geared towards those older Mac computers. Then it talks about the security comes first. We speak your language, and there's different language packs you can get. Modern browser for the modern web. Supports WebGL, maybe? All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just go ahead, download the PowerPC version, and it is currently the beta, and this is the Leopard beta for PowerPC and Intel. So we're going to go ahead and select that, and I'm going to allow the download. Now, there's something with this Mac. It's currently running a Linux operating system. Let me adjust the camera here. I don't want to get rid of that drive. That's an upcoming video that I'm currently working on, and I decided to work on this one instead. So I need to install this little guy. This is a 1 terabyte SATA drive from Western Digital. So I need to get this installed, and so I figured, hey, why not go ahead and show the process of opening up one of these. This is a 2004 G5 iMac. It's one of the first ones, the 20-inch model. Doesn't have the camera or any of that stuff. My wife got this for me for a birthday gift back then. So what is this thing going on, 22 years now? That's crazy. So anyways, that being said, let's get this thing open. Apple really made getting into the original G5 iMac pretty easy. There's a couple screws here. There we go. That one's coming undone. Honestly, for as much as this thing weighs, I'm surprised that this hole holds just because of 3 screws. But, all right. And this should. How easy is that? Let's just take a moment and take a look at this layout. There's our RAM, our hard drive over at the top. And we have that G5 processor, which, by the way, yes, that's all metal. And the fan system. Over there is our wireless card. And then there are our ports and the power supply. But what we're interested in is taking apart that hard drive. We have 1 screw here, 2 screws over here. There is our SATA and power connection. So this should just pop right out. There's basically a brace or a bracket here and a bracket there. So let me go ahead and get these unscrewed. Why again am I doing this? That's because I have been fighting this Linux install that's on this drive here, and I didn't want to get rid of it. So I figured, why not? We'll just go ahead and save that for a later day. All right, hard drive's installed. Because of the Linux thing, I have to go into open firmware. All right, so that would be Command Option OF. So let's go ahead and get this thing on. All right. And I thought there was something on this hard drive. Look at that. We're booting into Leopard. All right, we have the welcome screen. Let's go ahead. I'm going to click Continue and agree. There's our destination. Let's get that erased. Continue. Install, and there we're installing macOS 10.5. All right, after about an hour of software updates, I have the latest version, or the last version, I should say, of macOS 10.5.8. Ethernet is plugged in right now, and what I want to do is just do a quick test or two. The first item is if we go into Safari. So this was the last version of Safari that was supported in 10.5.8. And as you can see here, we are trying to get the welcome message to come up. And you can see here, Safari can't open the page because an established secure connection doesn't work. All right. What about YouTube? And slowly but surely, we finally get a page that says, please update your browser. One more website we'll go to, and that's going to be frogfind.com, which is a simple search engine created by Action Retro. FrogFind does work, so there's at least that. Oh, let's do one more. Let's check out my upcoming website, heywhatsnext.net. And again, you can see that it's not working there either. Let's get PowerFox transferred over to this computer and get it installed. So we have PowerFox. I'm going to go ahead and drag that over. And we're going to copy this to my local system. All right, eject the disk. And we're going to take PowerFox and we're going to drag that over into the applications folder. And let's go ahead and let's double click and let's see if we can bring this Mac into the modern internet era in 2026 with the new PowerFox. All right, so far so good. We're going to say use PowerFox as my default browser. Let's move this over to the center of the screen. I'm going to say that launched pretty quick. All right, well, the one thing that we want to try out is, let's see, can we access apple.com? A little slow on the G5. Remember, we have a single core of 1.8 gigahertz. But look, we actually have apple.com working. Let's try my heywhatsnext.net. And let's see if that loads. Of course, the site is undergoing maintenance, as I say, because I just don't have enough time to work on this right now. But hey, that's working. What about FrogFind? That should work no problem. That actually comes up pretty quick. Now, the test. I'm going to close out that browser. Can I get YouTube to work? So we're going to do youtube.com. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like we got a secured connection. It's thinking. The website for YouTube is definitely a lot more complex because of all the scripting and everything else that it's got to do. But we are getting something drawing on the screen. Is it actually going to show anything? It's refreshing. Okay, it says try searching to get started. Not very fast, but it is working. Let's say if I go down in here, still loading stuff in the background, and let's do, hey, what's next? Got an error. Warning, unresponsive script. Not surprised. We're going to go ahead and just say continue. There's our channel. Here's our video. Let's see if we can get that Echo Mini to play. Now, again, we're only doing this just for fun. Would you want to use a G5 iMac in today's world? Maybe. What if you want to just use this as like a word processor or some basic stuff? Or maybe you don't want to be connected to the internet. It is possible. But maybe every now and then you have to hop on the old interwebs. This might be a solution for you. Just to get to this part of the video, I went ahead and I paused it, by the way. It was taking forever. This took about 2 minutes just to get to this video. I am hearing audio and I'm getting about maybe 2 or 3 frames a second. What I want to try is see if I can actually get this to play. Definitely a little bit sluggish. I'm going to go down to just 240p. All right.
Well, I had so much fun with the iMovie MP3 player, I thought, you know what? Let's try something.
All right. We actually have YouTube running on a G5 iMac from 2004. Would you want to watch a video like this? Probably not. I'm going to go ahead and let's adjust it down to, let's see if we can get at least a better frame rate here. That's 240p. And if we go and click settings and let's see if we can get to, come on, I know you can do it. It's thinking. We are really taxing out the system, I guarantee you. What is the lowest? I see 144p. Nope. It went away.
Thousands of units a month, according to the Amazon listing. And it's still roughly...
Yeah, we're still... Okay. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead. We're just going to stop it there. There is one other thing that I just watched on YouTube this morning. And I want to see if I can get this to work. I'm going to keep it a secret until you see it. So hold on one moment. Not sure if you've heard about this, but we have this DOS.zone. This is an emulation service running through the web browser for thousands of DOS games. And I thought, you know what, let's at least see. I'm not going to try like a super heavy game, but let's just do something basic like Microsoft 3D Pinball. And let's see if this actually works. I'm going to go full screen here. Can we play DOS games on this iMac G5? It's thinking. We're going to go ahead and we're going to click full screen. And all right, we're full screen, but I'm not seeing anything on the screen here. Well, that didn't work. Let's try a adventure game. And what I want to do is I'm going to try Ace Ventura. I actually have it running over on my other computer over to the side here. And we're going to see if this thing actually launches. All right, and it looks like it. JS-DOS is just not going to work on this. And okay, that's fine. All right, so that's our look at this new browser called PowerFox. It breathes a little bit more life into my iMac G5. I'm pretty cool about that. Let's take it back to the studio for my final thoughts. You know what? It's always fun to dust off the iMac G5, but to get to surf the internet again, well, it just makes today's show a bit more special. For those of us still holding on to our older PowerPC and Intel systems stuck on the older Mac operating systems that cannot surf the internet anymore, it's always nice to see those platforms get some love from today's developers. And thanks to Jasny, I think I'm pronouncing that right, we're able to surf the modern web once again. Yeah, it's a slower system, but there's something about seeing that 22-year-old Mac chugging along on today's modern internet. So, if you have an older Mac lying around, especially those with maybe multiple processors, you might want to give PowerFox a try. I have the website's link in the video description, and don't forget to support your independent Mac developer if you find it useful. Also, for more information about the month-long Macintosh celebration, I think I even said it wrong, I have some additional information in the description as well. Well, that's a lot of wells. Well, that's a wrap for today. If you found this episode helpful and informative, could you take a moment to click the thumbs up icon and subscribe button? In the meantime, feel free to watch one of my other episodes either here or here. And until next time, I'll see you again for another episode of Hey, What's Next?